Imagine standing at the pharmacy counter. You hand over $20 for a bottle of pills. The label on the bottle explicitly tells you what's inside. It's a placebo, 0 active ingredients. It is literally nothing. You take it home anyway. You open the bottle, pull out a capsule you know is packed with nothing but sugar, and you swallow it. Logically, nothing should happen. But over the next few weeks, your stress levels drop, your physical performance spikes, your memory actually gets sharper. The pill is an absolute fake, but your body responds as if you've taken a miracle drug. This ritual triggers a biological hack. As long as you follow the prescribed routine, your brain will manufacture the medicine for you. This is mind spectrum, and it turns out your conscious logic cannot stop your subconscious healing protocols. Think about what happens when someone tells you they are going to tickle you. You know it's coming. There is no surprise. Yet, when they do it, your nervous system still physically reacts. You still laugh. Conscious knowledge doesn't cancel out a deeply wired biological response. Researchers at Italy's Università Cattolica recently proved this same principle applies to human health. They spent 3 weeks testing 90 healthy adults over the age of 60. They divided the participants into 3 groups. Group 1 received no treatment. Group 2 received a deceptive placebo. They were lied to and told it was a real memory-enhancing drug. Group 3 received an open-label placebo. They were explicitly told the pill contained absolutely no active ingredients. This chart tracks their progress over 3 weeks. Both placebo groups demonstrated massive reductions in stress and measurable increases in physical performance. Their memory scores even jumped by up to 21.5%. But the real surprise is the gap between those 2 groups. The subjects in the open-label group, the ones who knew for a fact they were taking a fake pill, actually showed greater improvements than the group that was lied to. The biological response doesn't depend on a lie. In fact, total transparency seems to amplify the effect. If the brain isn't being tricked, how exactly does it extract a physical healing response out of an inert sugar pill? It comes down to expectation and conditioning. Every time you've ever swallowed an antibiotic or a painkiller, your brain learned a simple rule: swallowing a pill equals body changes. Over a lifetime, that physical act of swallowing becomes a trigger. When that trigger gets pulled, the brain activates. Regions like the prefrontal cortex and the insula release a flood of endogenous opioids, dopamine, and endocannabinoids. Your brain literally manufactures its own internal medicine. Neuroscientists suspect there is a deception conflict that happens when we are lied to. Deep down, the brain spends energy trying to figure out if it's being tricked. Removing the lie removes that subconscious stress, allowing those chemicals to flow unhindered. An open-label placebo is simply a tool. It gives your nervous system conscious permission to do what it already knows how to do. You can see this mechanism working every day. Those complex, highly expensive morning supplement routines that cover the internet, a large portion of their benefit comes directly from the ritual itself, acting as an effective open-label placebo. Elite athletes do the exact same thing. When they wear a lucky shirt or tap a specific object before a game, they are unconsciously leveraging the same biological pathway. The superstition triggers the performance boost. For modern medicine, this presents a massive ethical advantage. Doctors no longer have to lie. They can ethically prescribe honest placebos to treat stress, chronic pain, and mild cognitive decline in aging patients without ever violating their trust. Our strange habits and daily routines are not signs of irrationality. They are highly effective, zero-cost biological tools with absolutely no side effects, which forces us to look at a rather uncomfortable philosophical problem. We like to think there is a strict boundary between the mental act of thinking and the physical act of moving and healing, but the data from the open-label placebo effect suggests that this mind-body boundary is a construction. Your expectation changes your neurochemistry, which changes your body, which loops back to change your brain. If a capsule filled with literally nothing can trigger a cascade of dopamine and endocannabinoids that sharpen your memory, what exactly is a real pharmaceutical treatment doing that your brain couldn't theoretically do for itself? If I handed you a pill right now and guaranteed you it was an absolute fake, but taking it would make you smarter and less stressed, would you swallow it? Because if you do, the pill isn't doing the heavy lifting. The healing comes directly from your own nervous system, a built-in mechanism for self-regulation that reacts to your expectations. Hit subscribe and tell us about your own weird placebo rituals in the comments below. Next time on Mind Spectrum, we're looking at a Yale study showing that nearly half of older adults don't actually decline with age, they get better. It's called positive aging, and we'll see you then.